Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dean Court, as I like to call it, because I'm not on anybody's payroll to be indulging in commercials. Yes, I decided to take a walk down because, of course, I posted some footage last night of the yellow / orange sort of cloud of light, if you like. I'm trying to find the best ways to describe it, that can be seen from a distance hovering over the horizon, if you like, looking from Bournemouth towards the east, which, you know, is generally in the direction of this football ground that I've worked in for many years. So I was also aware of some of the arguments brought back to me when I said I'd like to know what it could be that's creating that light in the sky and all the rest of it. Amongst others was the idea, and I've seen it myself, so I'm not disputing it, that there are these sort of gadgets / bits of equipment that they use to regenerate the grass or enable it to heal better, grow better, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, my football club that I used to support heavily as a boy, and still follow now to a degree, Everton Football Club, for example, they've just completed a brand new stadium on the River Mersey up in Liverpool, and you can see on the night footage a slight pink hue hanging over the stadium because, of course, these grass light systems that they activate at night, that is what you'll see because they're left on overnight, and their purpose is to kind of nourish the grass and help it in its growth and all the rest of it. And I imagine these things have various different settings, and because we're in the middle of a season, of course, here at Bournemouth Football Club, it will be a regeneration kind of thing going on, as opposed to freshly sown grass, like is the case in the new Everton Stadium at Bramley Moor Dock. Okay, and you know, what you're seeing here is exactly what you'd expect to see. A bit of a hue over the stadium, and you know, that would be it. And if you sort of go away a little bit from here, as soon as you hit some houses or you drive past houses that are taller than a couple of stories, that's it falls out of sight. You ain't going to see any remnants of any lighting from the stadium going on. What I'm struggling to understand is how that there affects this here. I'm turning the camera around to my left, and like I said yesterday on my footage, what you're seeing on the screen is not as good as what I'm seeing live, but I'm almost done a total 180 degrees there, right? So if I turn the camera around here at ground level, not ground curve, you'll see where I'm positioned. So, you know, this bit here on the screen, absolutely got no problem with that. I get it. That makes total sense. But I do wonder about all of this up here in the sky, way over to the left, way above my head. I mean, I'm on the pitch outside of the stadium on the cricket pavilion, the cricket field, and you know, I have to bring the camera back down so that you can orientate yourself again to the picture, right? So you've got the stadium there, and then you've got all this light above here. Go way up in the sky now, looking right, almost perpendicular, almost looking straight up, like zenith style, up straight into the sky. Over to my right, still all the milky kind of effect in the sky. And then if I come down with the camera, I'm right near, well, just to the right of the cricket pavilion there. So behind me is Ashley Road. This is in Boscombe. And if I look in that direction, I'm looking back towards Bournemouth, which is the direction I was looking in this direction from with my original footage, just to give you an idea. Okay, so whilst I'm not disputing that there were or were not lights, by the way, when I countered somebody saying lights in Bournemouth, I was specifically meaning floodlights. They're not on. Just like I said, floodlights give off a white light. They're supposed to replicate as close as daylight. Otherwise, can you imagine the colours of people's tops and shirts and stuff? It would all be distorted if you were to use yellow or orangey kind of light as your illumination for a night game. Yeah, it has to be white light as close as damn it anyway. So you can see there on the picture, I could certainly see it live, that those lights are reflecting off the floodlight stanchions, of which there are 4 of them, 1 in each corner, produced obviously by the gadgetry that's used on the pitch to help the grass. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Absolutely, totally get it. Totally on board with all of that. Makes total sense. That's what we want to do. We want to use our logic, don't we, and common sense. But like I say, it don't explain all this. I find that more than a phenomena. You know, and the thing is, I'm quite close to the stadium right now, but the further away I get, you can see a clear gap of sky between, let's say, the tops roughly of those floodlight stanchions, and then this huge mother that's illuminating. It's not even right totally above my head, and I'm right outside the ground pretty much, well, a few hundred yards away to be fair. You know, so does it have a direct correlation? Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. But I just find it odd. I mean, this is not the first time the ground or the club have used that technology for the grass. I've been there often enough after games where I've worked a little bit late, and they've rolled those gadgets onto the pitch and already started like half an hour after a match once the players have warmed down and stuff like that. So it's not an unusual thing to be using that equipment to help, you know, maintain the grass surface of, you know, Bournemouth is renowned for having a beautiful pitch, right? But I've never ever seen this effect before, ever, in all the years I've lived here. You know, and I've had plenty of other people saying the same thing to me. Plenty of other people. People who are just normal, happy-go-lucky people, shop owners, taxi drivers, people walking their dogs. No conspiracy theory, tin hat wearing freaks like me. No. Very normal people of a certain IQ, not dumb as hell like me, not stupid or gullible or kind of after a dramatic story like me. No. Very normal people. Very normal people. And they've all said the same. It's just odd. So there you go. I'll leave that there. But I've made the effort to come to the ground to have a look. I just walked up from Bournemouth. It's a nice evening. It's a bit nippy on the old fingers, but it is a nice evening. Yeah. But if I look to the left there and I go up, you know, I mean, whatever they're using there, it's got one hell of a reach. Let's put it like that. Okay. Now, you know, I'm not going to be a conspiracy theory and say that you could be doing something like work in the ground and using that to then, you know, I don't know, explain away something else that's going on that we don't really know. Who knows? I mean, you know, that's how people get away with agenda-driven events, is to have a cover story. It's always the way. It's how it always works. I know that. And so do most people if they're totally honest with themselves. But that's not what I'm suggesting here. I'm honestly just saying, yes, okay, fine. They've got lights on in Bournemouth Football Club on ground level because they're treating the grass. I get all that. Makes total sense. They would do. They've had a nice little gap in the fixture list because Bournemouth have had a couple of away games. We've got another one on Saturday in Newcastle. So, yeah, they've got a little bit of a window to be able to work on the grass a little bit if it needed any. Or even internal work in the stadium if that's not the pitch lights, but if it's maybe something else that they're doing, who knows. But like I say, all of this sky stuff, I find incredible. I really do. What it is, I have no idea. It's definitely not little green men, because we would need a planetary outer space system for that. And I know that that's all nonsense. So it ain't that either. Okie dokie. Well, on this chilly but nice, snappy evening, I bid you all farewell from Dean Court, the home of AFC Bournemouth. Until then, I'll see you all soon. Some of yous much sooner, albeit not at the upcoming Flat Earth Social, because unfortunately on an organisational level a couple of things went wrong, and so February's, I should say, instalment will be postponed, and it will continue at the end of February. So the end of January's instalment, will be postponed, but end of February it will continue, and my presentation or my little chit chat has been shifted to the end of April. I believe it's the 29th. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look that up. Last Tuesday of every month. Just so that you know. Okie doke. Anyway, there we go. Hope I managed to clarify things for people watching on. I still am a little bit in the dark over it. Whilst I understand that, I don't understand the stuff that's going on above and to the sides and everything else. That is still, for me, a little bit odd, I have to say. All right. On that note, ta-ta for now.